So, Matt Squad, here we are with another video here. This is going to be a pretty fun one because I've been pretty excited to do it, but this is the first impressions of the OnePlus N10 5G, my first ever OnePlus device. This should be pretty interesting. So Matt Squad, as I was saying in the intro, this is my first ever OnePlus device, and I think I waited long enough. I wanted to get my hands on something from OnePlus here, and I thought the N10 5G would be a perfect one. So going over the specifications for this device here, you're gonna have a 6.5-inch Full HD display, and it is 90 Hertz, which is a plus for me. First time using a device that has 90 Hertz with a screen that size, so I was pretty excited about using it. You also have a quad camera setup in the back. The main camera is going to be a 64 megapixel lens and can shoot up to 4K video at 30 frames per second. You can also go down to 1080p at 60 and 30 as well, but the main resolution is 4K at 30, right? As far as the processor inside, you're going to have the Snapdragon 690 processor inside, and you can use 5G services. So that's what enables the 690 to be an awesome processor. The 5G chip or the 5G access is an awesome feature. You have 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage. Now, one of the downers with this device is that it has a 4,300 milliamp hour battery. In my opinion, with a device that has a screen this size at 90 Hertz, you should at least put 5,000 in there, but you know, what do I know? The device has recently updated to Android 11 as well, so I am happy about that. Hoping that it gets Android 12, but you know, maybe hoping a little bit too much there. Yeah, as I was saying about the camera, so let's get over the camera specs here. So 64 megapixel wide camera, that's the standard one. 8 megapixel ultra wide, a 2 megapixel depth, and a 2 megapixel macro. So definitely two cameras on there that are completely pointless. You know, they just wanted to throw extra cameras on there for the look of the phone, but if you ask me, those other two are really pointless. 16 megapixel selfie camera that can shoot 1080p at 30 and 60 frames per second as well. Loudspeaker, and it is a dual speaker setup. The speakers on this device sound really good. Surprising thing there, they sound really good. You get a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on the bottom of the device is where it's located, with Type-C for charging, and the first speaker as well. And then you have that noise canceling mic. If you look at the right side of the device, this is where you see your power button, and on the top is where you see your noise canceling mic. And then the left side of the phone is where you see your volume up and down keys, as well as your SIM tray slot. Fingerprint scanners on the back as well. You also get face unlock. I'm pretty sure the face unlock is only using your picture of your face. It's not like super secured or anything of that nature. We all know how OnePlus is when it comes to their charging bricks. These things are packing a lot of punch, and I'm able to get this thing fully charged in less than an hour. I mean, I literally watched the phone go from 40% to 100% within 30 minutes. It was insane. It was really insane. Now that we got the specs out of the way, let's talk about the overall performance. Now, this is a 600 series processor, and in the smartphone world, the 600 series processor is the chipset that's like in the middle ground. It's not like quite budget. When it comes to everyday tasks, as far as sending emails, watching videos on YouTube, things I do every single day on my phone, checking social media applications. It's a pleasant experience scrolling on this phone with the fact that it has that 90 Hertz refresh rate. Now, you have the option to change it from 90 Hertz to 60 Hertz, but who's really gonna do that? I know I'm not for sure. And yes, I was talking a lot of crap earlier about the size of the battery, and then I wish I could have put a little bit bigger battery inside of this device, but I understand you gotta cut corners somewhere. But from what I've seen and what I've used, because I had this phone about 2 days now. Well, today is Tuesday, I got it Sunday yet. I had this phone about 2 days now, and what I can absolutely say is that the battery life is pretty good. I took it off the charge yesterday, and I took it to work, and I had it early out of my job. So basically, you work 8 hours as opposed to the full 12-hour shift. And I was on 74% by the end of the day. Now, I didn't have a SIM card in it or anything like that. I was still using it like a regular phone because I had my iPhone with me, but it lasted pretty long. And I was definitely taking photos. I was definitely, watching videos, playing things in the background. it did pretty well. But when you don't have a SIM card on the phone and you're just on Wi-Fi, it's not really an accurate representation of what the battery life can be, because we all know having a SIM card on the phone and it's pulling data from the towers uses a little bit more energy than just Wi-Fi. But yeah, but at that point yesterday when I had 74%, I had about 2.5 hours of screen on time. So with some rough math, I'll say this is easily a 7 to 8 hour screen on time device here, depending on what you're using it for. Because obviously, if you just have this thing on full brightness and you just put on Netflix for 2 hours, you're gonna eat up a lot of the battery. But keep in mind, you bring that 30-watt charger with you and charge this bad boy up to 100% in less than an hour. And as advertised, it really is less than an hour. Like, I literally watch the speed, or watch how much, watch how fast it charges up with this special application on Android or Play Store. You can see how it decreases once it hit a certain point, but once it gets down to the bare, like to the actual, like, you know, final bit of charging the phone up, you literally see how slow it gets, but still fast enough to get it to 100%. So really impressed with this OnePlus phone here as far as the battery, charging capabilities, and the overall performance. And I'm going to be making some content with this phone here. The first thing I'm putting it up against is the Blue G91 Pro, because I thought these phones would be perfect to put up against each other, because you got a 600 series processor and you have a G90 processor with the same amount of RAM, same internal storage, and running on the same Android OS. So this should be interesting. But in the comment section below, Mac Squad, let me know what type of videos do you want to see with the OnePlus N10 5G. I'm super excited to make videos for it here. I feel like I'm getting back into the sway of things. Yeah, that'd be very much helpful. And if you are new to the channel here, consider subscribing so that you don't miss any coverage when it comes to budget devices like the OnePlus N10 5G. And Mac Squad, like this video here so that other people just like you can get a little bit more help when it comes to researching budget devices like the OnePlus N10 5G. And then you get to see cool videos like this. It just makes sense. And last but not least, share this video with your friends and family and let them know that not all Android cameras suck. It is just not true. But until then, my name is Max Rock. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day, y'all. Deuces.